So those are the 5 sacrifices that most people do not want to talk about. They want to pretend it's all cool, 4-hour work week. Don't have to sacrifice anything. It can still be a multi-millionaire. Bullshit. What's up, fruitful investors? In today's video, I'm going to talk about the 5 sacrifices that you need to make in order to become successful and rich and wealthy and whatever you're looking for in your business or in your real estate investing or cryptocurrency. Whatever you're doing in life, you will need to do these 5 sacrifices if you truly want to achieve that success. Now, I will say that when I started off in real estate investing, a lot of people told me you don't need to sacrifice to get what you want. You don't need to trade your life and be crazy and obsessed in obtaining success in real estate. But when I looked around at all the people I looked up to or the people I hung out with who were really sacrificing, really hustling, really grinding, they were all achieving great financial success. And I was doing pretty well. I'm not gonna lie. As a 24, 25, 26-year-old at that time, thinking, hey, I don't have to sacrifice and be a slave. It's the whole reason why I want this laptop lifestyle. And I was being super hippie. I still had a lot of success. I definitely broke through the typical average financial kind of ceiling. So I was well above that. So you can definitely have success in anything in real estate investing, for example, without trading your life for it, being super obsessed and sacrificing. But I wanted more. I wanted to achieve more goals, and everybody around me who was achieving these crazy goals was sacrificing and hustling. So I just said, screw it. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try and hustle a little harder than I already was, which I was working pretty damn hard, much harder than the average person, which if you're watching this video, you're probably also that type of personality, one who naturally works harder than most. But I thought, let's turn it up even more and work even harder. And when I started hustling and grinding even harder, that's when I really started breaking through, buying way more properties, attracting more joint venture partners, building my marketing funnels, my marketing system, and that's when my life really started to change. So there is a lot of value and truth to sacrificing. So I don't want to get too down or too crazy sounding, but if you really want to succeed in anything in life, there is a price to pay for it. It's not just gonna fall in your lap, laptop lifestyle, selling shit on Amazon, while you're traveling the world. Trust me, those people who are very successful at that work very, very hard. They're just not showing it to you. They're making it sound easier than it is. And I'm guilty for that as well with my real estate investing on my Instagram, which if you're not following me, you definitely should, at Matt Pichet. But in my YouTube channel, I definitely make it look easier than it probably is. And I've said that many times before. I try to be as authentic and truthful as I can. But I definitely make it look easier than it really is. There's a lot of sacrificing and shit that I do behind the scenes that you really don't see. And one of those things is working very, very hard, probably 14 to 16 hours a day, every single day, 7 days a week, 365. Even if I'm not actively working on something, my brain is always going, thinking, strategizing, and that I classify as work. So those are the things you're gonna wanna do. And the second thing I wanna say before I get into the 5 sacrifices is that if you're not willing to do these sacrifices, if you're not willing to go through the pain and the bullshit and getting kicked in the mouth in order to get your goals, then drop your goals right now and move on, because it will play with your mental health a lot. If you're really trying to achieve these goals, you're idolizing people on social media who are just showing you what they want to show you, example, which I'm guilty of, definitely doing that too. It's really gonna play with your mental health. It's gonna make you feel really shitty about yourself, etc., etc. So if you're not willing to do the work and do these sacrifices, please try and work on just dropping your goals, realizing this isn't for you. I'm not willing to do the shit that he's telling me to do to get these, to get financial abundance or whatever. So I'm gonna drop these goals and move on and figure out something else with my life. That is a great tip I wanna say before I get into these, because they might be a little controversial, but they are the truth, okay? So number 1, the one thing you have to sacrifice for sure, which I kind of just touched on it, is your health. Now this is your overall health. So not just physical health, is definitely very important to work out physically, exercise as much as you can. Don't let your work schedule get in the way of that. That is super important, but it will. When you're grinding and hustling and working 14 hours a day, etc., you're gonna skip gym days naturally. Try and stay on top of that, because that will hinder your performance in your business. So it's very important to do physical health. I'm talking more so mental health, which is what I just said. feeling really shitty about yourself. Being an entrepreneur and a real estate investor, for example, because that's what I do, has a lot of highs and lows. The highs are very high. When you get a deal, you do a good flip, you sell a property, whatever, there's a big profit. You're like, yes, I'm king of the world. And the next week or the month go by, you're not getting more deals, they're not coming in. You're like, man, I'm the worst real estate investor ever. That can happen on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis. It happens all the time. Being an entrepreneur, I'm telling you, is very, very rough. It's for a very specific type of person. Most people cannot be a successful entrepreneur. They're just not bred for it. I really believe in some genes playing parts in people being built to be entrepreneurs. Most people are not. So if you're going against your genes, going against your natural personality, it is going to play even harder on you with your mental health. So just keep that in mind. You will have to sacrifice some sort of health, whether it's physical activity, sitting for a while, whatever. Mental health, the most important, is just feeling shitty about yourself and then feeling good and then feeling shitty about yourself. That is a really tough one to handle. So number 2 thing you have to sacrifice, definitely a lot, is your friends. Your old friends are gonna leave you eventually, trust me. Once you start getting successful, they're gonna start pulling crabs in a bucket on you. They wanna tear you down, just make you at their level, and that's because when we are with our friends, we compare ourselves in all ways of our life. That's just natural. We want to compare ourselves to our friends, and when we see one straying from the pack, we turn on them right away, immediately trying to pull them back, calling them stupid, saying what they're doing is too risky, etc., because they're making us feel bad because they're doing so much more success than us. That is definitely what's going to happen. Believe me, when you start being an entrepreneur and you start investing in real estate, let's say, your friends will be very, very supportive because they think you're going to fail probably. It's just this little phase you're going through, or they're not really thinking too much about it. But when you start actually getting successful, they're going to start drifting away. And when you start really breaking through and becoming really successful, they're definitely going to leave you. They're not going to want to hang out with you because you're making them feel like shit. So you're going to have to kind of get new friends and who have that same mind as you about entrepreneurship, success, making money, etc. You will definitely have to make new friends, and that is definitely something you're going to sacrifice and something you're going to feel for sure when you start doing entrepreneurship, okay? Number 3 thing you're going to sacrifice, this one is for sure, again, is hobbies. You're going to be working way more if you truly want success. You will have to sacrifice this. And again, when I started off, I was against the grind, against the hustle. I don't have to sacrifice shit, man. I can do both and be successful. Well, not really. Not until I really started turning it on did I start getting financial and wealth success, okay? And then once you reach a certain point that's okay with you, now you can start pulling back on the work and start going back to hobbies and back to your health and etc., etc. But for a short period of time, there will be pain for long-term gain, right? That's kind of the whole thing of entrepreneurship and investing itself. But your hobbies will take a back seat. You know, soccer with the boys or the girls once or twice a week, it's gonna take a back seat, man, especially if you're doing real estate investing. That's not say like all the time, but you definitely have to pull back on playing sports, doing guitar or whatever, music, etc., playing video games, that's gotta go too. Like all those little things that you do when you come home from work, you're done your 9 to 5, you can kick your feet up, put on The Simpsons, eat your chips. That shit is over if you really want to become a successful entrepreneur. You're always working every single hour of the day. Again, it's not a good, healthy thing. Like I said, some people are just bred or built to be entrepreneurs. I think I'm one of those people. I've always been obsessed with success in whatever I've done in my life, whatever it was skateboarding, sports, playing in a band. I did all those things and I was very good at it, I would say, within my circle. I was very obsessed with all of those things. That's just the type of person that I am. I must win at something that I'm passionate about. There are many other things in my life that I tried, didn't really do well with things I wasn't passionate about it, and I dropped it pretty quick. But the things that I really wanted to succeed and kill at, I killed at or tried to kill at, right? So that's the kind of personality you're gonna have, and hobbies will get in the way of that to some degree. Now it's very important to do hobbies to stay human as possible, but you will have to sacrifice. This whole like 4-hour work week thing is absolute bullshit for most people, unless you're a genius and you hit it big on your first tech business, etc., etc. But even then, they're not showing you everything behind the scenes. Like I said, they're working insanely as well. Number 4 thing you want to sacrifice, A little bit. Writing is sloppy, sorry. Number 4, entertainment. So going out, going to parties, going to clubs, all those things gotta change. Why? They're low level activities. Yes, it's good to celebrate and go out and have fun with your spouse or your friends. That's very important. Do that as much as you can. But like the every Friday night going to the club thing, you're gonna have to drop that as well. Deals happen on Friday nights, deals happen on Saturday nights. You're gonna have to be there and be willing to work when others are not. You can't go on just doing average people things and expect extraordinary result. That's not how the world works. It's cause and effect. The harder you work, the more money you will make. Number 5 thing you have to sacrifice is money. So money, you need to be very frugal when you're starting out and building your business. So buying all the nice shoes, the nice pants, the nice car, the nice house, all of that shit is average Joe stuff. That's what the average Joes do, and that's why they're broke. So you want to get away from that. You want to be very, very frugal, invest your money wisely, make as much money as you can, and spend it very wisely. Don't spend it on bullshit. And that's how you're going to excel quickly, because you want to take that money that you're making, the extra money from your awesome business, and you want to reinvest it into yourself. So coaching, courses, learning how to do social media, marketing, whatever, and also spending that extra money on investments that provide passive income and build you true wealth. That's how the rich get richer. It's horrible to say that, but that's the rule of the world. If you want to get rich, you have to do what rich people do. So you just start acting like them, start hanging around people who are wealthy and have done great things, and that will rub off on you, and that's how you become successful. So those are the 5 sacrifices that most people do not want to talk about. They want to pretend it's all cool, 4-hour work week, don't have to sacrifice anything, you can still be a multi-millionaire. Bullshit 99% of the time. So if you like this video, if you learned any little thing, please click like right below to find out more about my 12 free video series on how you can invest in real estate from A to Z. You can find out more about that, but click on the link right below and get free access to that. And to find out more about my real estate investing apprenticeship program, about how you can partner with me one-on-one, I can be your one-on-one mentor while we invest in real estate together. You can find out more about that by clicking right about here. I'll see you in the next video.